You ever watch someone get torn apart in front of a crowd, everyone laughing, thinking it's just another day at the range? Yeah, that's how this started. Sarah Mitchell, the blonde gunsmith, hands steady as stone, kneeling over a jam dem for while the boys at Fort Bragg lost their minds. Need us to color-code it for you, sweetheart? Coleman's voice, all bravado and none of the guts, leaning in with that smirk only guys who've never actually bled like to wear. But Sarah, she doesn't flinch, not when she's called out. Not even when Coleman tries to cut deep. She just reaches in her vest, pulls out a worn Delta Force patch, and the whole damn room freezes. That insignia, C, belonged to only one woman in. She'd vanished 5 years ago. So who's Sarah Mitchell? And what's she doing fixing weapons for the same guys who act like she doesn't belong? She keeps her eyes down, fingers moving with the kind of care you see in bomb techs, the sort of muscle memory that doesn't just happen from turning wrenches. The crowd keeps going, jokes about her place being in the kitchen or some government quota gone wrong. And nobody, not even Coleman, really notices the black ink peeking from under her sleeve, except for a split second when his words falter and he looks away. But just like that, she's tugging her sleeve back down, acting invisible, letting the storm pass over, never knowing the ghost they're mocking once ran black ops they only read about. Sarah, 34, blends in by choice. Big work shirts, hair tied back, no makeup, no chit-chather world as torque wrenches and ballistics charts. Her night spent running the perimeter, a mile for every friend she lost in the sand. She's a legend that no one recognizes. The ghost of Coronado, first woman through SEAL Team 9's crucible, cleared the kind of missions that get buried in Pentagon files. When other Smiths say a weapon's dead, she brings it back. No brag, no story, just the kind of work that keeps men alive and lets her sleep barely at night. Her hands tell a story she'll never say out loud. Calluses in the wrong places, palms scarred from ropes and rifle stocks, knees marked by too many hours behind cover. Back then, before she became a ghost, the name Sarah Mitchell made Pentagon types whisper. Her call sign was earned, not given, from getting in and out where others wouldn't come back, like the night in Somalia where she ended 12 hostage takers in pitch darkness. No faces, no names, just life or death. And she always brought her people home. Well, almost always. The tattoo she hides is a trident with 4 stars, 3 names: Marcus, David, James, etched so small you need a magnifier to read. They died because someone made a bad call. She lived because they let her, covering her retreat in Afghanistan as she dragged Marcus' body for miles, praying for time that never came. The Navy offered her medals. She turned them down. Medals are for the dead, she said, and quit a week after coming home. Now, her only promise is that no operator dies because their gun failed. Every weapon she touches, every test shot fired, she acts like she's putting in Marcus' hands or David's or James'. There are mornings when the range is foggy and silent, and she swears she sees them, watching, just past the barriers. Maybe you know what I mean. Ever feel someone with you, even when you know they're gone? Coleman made her a project. Thought putting a woman on toilet duty proved something about standards. The base followed his lead, small humiliations stacking up, like bricks in a wall meant to keep her out. But Sarah just kept moving, fixing what was broken, cleaning what was dirty, not saying a word, and that got under Coleman's skin more than anything. He couldn't figure out how she knew so much she didn't need manuals, didn't double-check specs. One morning, he tries to break her hands her sabotaged SR-25 in front of everyone. Let's see if Blondie can fix this. She doesn't even blink, just runs her hands over the rifle, diagnosing problems like she's reading his mind-bent gas tube, foul port, abused chamber, finding issues Coleman didn't even spot himself. He tries to brush it off as luck, then pivots to personal attacks, but something changes in Sarah. For a heartbeat, she looks like she might end him right there with a torque wrench, breathing slow, eyes cold, calculating. That's the moment everyone feels something primal, danger in the air, death on the edge of a whisper, but then she lets it go, hands shaking as the adrenaline fades. You ever feel the whole room get cold for no reason? That's what happened right then. Lieutenant Commander James Wilson is watching. He sees the way Sarah moves, the hand signals, The flinch when a Blackhawk passes overhead, all the little signs of someone who's been there, done that. Wilson checks his secure phone, find a redacted file, calls sign ghost. Only one female SEAL ever matched the record, vanished after losing her team. When he calls out her name, Chief Mitchell, is that you? The room goes still. Sarah turns, sees the young lieutenant she pulled from a burning Humvee, now a commander. He salutes her publicly in front of everyone. The other SEALs snap to attention. Coleman stares in shock. And just like that, the mockery turns to realization. Sarah rolls up her sleeve, reveals the full tattoo, the names, the trident. Wilson explains, she's the operator who wrote the manual these men train with, who rescued 23 contractors when the Pentagon gave up hope. Coleman can barely speak. There's no anger in Sarah's eyes, just sorrow. I came here to serve quietly, to honor those who can't, she says. Every weapon I fix could save someone. Wilson apologizes, voice heavy. We failed you. Sarah just points to the names. You failed them. Then comes the twist nobody saw coming. Frank Torres, the quiet armorer, steps forward, rolls up his own sleeve, same trident, same ink. Chief Mitchell isn't the only ghost here, he says softly. Rodriguez was my swim buddy. I came here to watch her six. Suddenly, everyone's realizing the base is full of silent guardians, men and women who've seen too much to brag, protecting each other from the shadows. Then another blow. Coleman, still on one knee, admits James Thompson was his cousin. He'd hated Sarah because she lived and his blood kin didn't. The confession nearly drops Sarah, but it's the kind of pain that doesn't get spoken, just shared in the space between words. General Hayes arrives, offers Sarah a new mission, train the first all-female special operations candidates, teach them what only she can. Sarah agrees, on one condiciono spotlight. No fame, just one training cycle, and then she disappears again. Coleman's ordered to attend every session, and as he watches Sarah teach, never humiliating him, just leading by example, something in him shifts. She tells the women, bullets don't care about your gender. Let them talk, be so good their opinions turn noise. Over weeks, Coleman sees what real strength is, confides that his own daughter wants to join the Navy, and Sarah tells him, let's make sure she enters a better world than we did. That hits him hard, changes him, and soon enough, 3 candidates pass the highest rate ever. But stories like this never stay secret. The media gets a whiff, publishers come knocking. Sarah disappears at dawn, leaving only a note. Heroes are the ones who didn't come home. Let them rest. Security footage glitches. Hayes runs interference. Coleman becomes the keeper of her legacy, refusing interviews, telling anyone who will listen that her strength was the kind that didn't need words. 6 months later, Coleman keeps a memorial garden out back, no sign, just native flowers and a metal trident. Wilson finds Sarah in a Montana gun shop, still working, still running 3 miles at dawn. She gives him a message for Thompson's daughter, offers scholarships and training equipment through the Ghost Foundation, her own way of honoring the fallen, never asking for thanks. Female operators she trains save lives, break barriers, teach the next in line that strength doesn't always roar. Coleman's own daughter enlists, entering a changed world. At her graduation, he sees Sarah in the crowd. Just a nod, then she's gone. The legend grows a network of ghosts, never alone, always watching. Do you think real strength is silent, shown only in what we do when no one's looking? Share your thoughts below, because maybe, just maybe, the world needs more ghosts in the light. And years down the road, when dawn touches those Montana hills, Sarah runs her 3 miles, 3 shell casings in her palm. The memory of those she lost is real as the cold mountain air. Operators serve, male and female, side by side, old barriers gone, respect earned by competence alone. Sarah's legacy isn't in medals or booksits, in lives saved, in doors kicked open, in the space where honor lives quietly. Some ghosts can't be banished by sunlight, they stand watch so others don't have to. And as 3 birds take flight, cardinal, blue jay, hawk, she knows the work endures, even if her name fades. For those who serve in shadows, the highest honor is to be forgotten, while others get to live in the light. Now, tell me, what would you have done, standing in Sarah's shoes?